Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good evening, good evening, good evening. It all depends on when you are catching this video. Welcome to episode 2 of Behind the Mask. Don't forget, you could go to my backup to the backup to the backup channel and catch episode 1. I got to run those numbers up. And all of the episodes tie into each other. So if you missed episode 1, which is Arrested Development, not only myself, but the chat, we did a deep dive into what that may look like, especially if you're living your life behind a mask. So, without any further ado, we are about to jump into this episode 2 of this series, Behind the Mask, and we are going to be discussing I'm sorry is not enough. I'm sorry is not enough. Let's go. Watch us turn up. Watch us turn up. Yeah. People get so confused. How is this doctor in the hood? Navigate the system, refuse to let it take my mind, body, and soul. You see what's good is misunderstood. Divine got me not sold out, but walked in the fire. Develop a real team. Try tested and true. Desire to really reach one, teach one, and learn from one. In a sector where they snake one, break one. Ain't no loyalty, niggas is fake. I see all them leaves. I got the rake, yeah. Let's go ahead and rake them up. Bag them up, yeah. Let's go ahead and bag them up. Rake them up. Let's body bag them up. What's the point when they don't play by the rules of engagement? They on that fake shit. Get it? They can't hang when the pressure cooker's on top temp. That's when they resort to doxing, calling jobs in, weak-minded with weak views and tight wigs. All of their time spent watching YouTube with no riz. Kids in the background screaming for attention they don't get. For some cash apps and AdSense checks already spent. For some cash apps and AdSense checks already spent. Watch us turn up. 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 Shout out to the codification squad. Shout out to the green team. Shout out to the code breakers. Shout out to Code Fam. Watch us turn up. Watch us turn up. Watch us turn up. Watch us turn up. Welcome, 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 welcome to the show. What up, Dory? What up, Details? What up, Shantae? If your name has been highlighted, that is me saying hi. What up to my message friends? Thank y'all so much for being here. From China, thank y'all so much for being here. We are about to jump into this show this morning. We got Trish, we got Sparkles, we got Just Rocky, we got December Baby Stiggs, we got Chakra King, we got the people that are here. We got Black Pearl. Thank y'all so much. Mitri is here. Tay Bay is here. The peoples are here. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and not waste no time and jump right on into the mother effing episode 2 of Behind the Mask. I'm sorry is not enough. And don't forget, I am going to try my hardest to be in the chat to take your guys' suggestions and to read your guys' thoughts, your chats, because the last episode that we did, which was Arrested Development, the chat helped me so much, and it was just so cool interacting with everybody. What's up, Gip, and what's up, Black Strawberry? Let's go ahead and jump right into this. All right. So I'm sorry is not enough. We've witnessed behind the mask someone that believes that they can apologize and that just wipes everything clean. Somebody believes that their apology holds so much weight that they can hold on to that apology, and then when things start to get a little bit rough for them with the person that they should have apologized months ago to, When the temperature starts to really, really turn up, that's when the guy that is behind the mask wants to go ahead and use his secret weapon, which is the apology. But at that time, the I'm sorry in the apology is just not enough because people start to see, including myself, start to see that an apology without change is what? It's manipulation, and we are not falling for it. We are not falling for it. It's manipulation. Leanne Lene is here, and that's exactly what we are talking about. Apologies with no change is simply, right? Simply made manipulation. Let's jump into it. Y'all rock with me on this. Drop in the comments what you want to say. I'm going to try my hardest to read and see every comment. All right. But I remember when Bobby went on to Jordan's panel, not on the panel, but in the chat, and let it be known that Goosey was live, and you know Jordan got a little bit upset, and then Bobby threw me under the bus, saying that I said it first, which I didn't. Instead of fact checking, what Jordan decided to do was yell at me, scream, holler, lose his mind. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar? A bone carrier takes a few lemons over to Jordan. Jordan does not even examine if the lemons are right. He just loves lemons so much that he cuts it open and just eats it and has a sour face. And then at the end of the rant, Terry Mees goes up on the panel and says Binary didn't say those things. And guess what? Immediately there was an apology. But I mean, I've seen this countless times before, and enough is finally enough. And this time the I'm sorry is not enough. And we are starting to see that a lot of people are starting to see behind the mask. These aren't apologies, it's manipulation. You see, when an apology is genuine, when it is sincere, what it typically does is bring forth some type of conflict resolution. But when the shit is empty and there's no real merit to it, no strength, no foundation to it, because you can't go back to any type of reference points to when an apology actually did any good. When this person apologized, what an apology in the hands of somebody like that, in the hands of somebody behind the ski mask, what that apology starts to look like are tools of control. Those are tools of mother effing control. Hey Phoebe, what's going on? And Nurse Shay and Shantae and Jessica. This is my episode 2. This is my episode 2 of Behind the Mask. Jessica, ain't no real mess. It's just educational purposes only. Maybe there can be some entertainment to it. I have no idea. But Jessica, I did see you on Envy's live cutting up. That shit was hilarious. Okay, so we're here this morning. So this is what we're doing this morning. And after we are done with this here live stream, I may just end it and come on back so we can get into what we typically get into. And she said, go ahead and continue to educate me, Lord. Lord. So, like I said, when we hear I'm sorry, or I apologize, or forgive me, or damn this, or damn that, and we don't see any change, and it just keeps happening over and over and over and over again, what we are experiencing with our own eyes is manipulation. You guys know, a lot of us in this chat, I would say 99% of us in this chat, we know what manipulation looks like, and we know that manipulation is not just one thing that can be identified like, oh, that's manipulation. No, manipulation takes on several forms. But we have to recognize it in order to set boundaries. Because in this space specifically, we have to protect our mental health. We know where we are at. And when things in this space start to affect our mental health, sound-minded people will step back, see what is trying to manipulate them in their real life, in their real mental health, and they will act accordingly. They will act accordingly. There have been countless studies on apologies without change and it leading to manipulation. And in some of these studies, like the counseling psychologist, if you go to that damn it, what is it called? If you go to that research group, golly, forgive me, the counseling psychologist, you go to that research group and you look up apologies without change, it boils down to manipulation. And it says apologies lacking behavior change can increase distress and confusion. People saying sorry, then continuing the same behavior can become emotionally harmful for the person they're trying to say sorry to. So, for the person behind the mask, when he kept trying to apologize to Lolo for the third or fourth or fifth or sixth time, and we witnessed that, and she finally got from up under there, she got her mental health back. She could no longer be emotionally harmed. Because if she did not stand up for herself, what would happen is that I'm sorry, forgive me pattern would have kept repeating until ad nauseum, ad infinitum. It would have never stopped. So shout out to Lolo for, putting on her big girl draws and handling mother effing business. What's going on? Exposed One, Unadulterated is here. Yes, it does feel good to be back here. It does feel good to, have the monetization. And don't worry, you guys, Octavius is no longer exempt. I let him do his big one yesterday for helping me out. Dabna, good to see you. Oh, just talking about you, Lolo. Thank you so much for being here. And we're talking about I'm sorry. It's just not enough, y'all. It's just not enough. Apology takes changed behavior. Those are big facts, Dory. Big facts. They don't like this type of teaching. No. Oh man, and it's gonna be, we just now starting, Jessica. We just now starting. Now, what I'm gonna depend on is the replay, because what's gonna happen is somebody might go live while I'm live, and the mess is gonna ensue. But I gotta continue this. I cannot stop the series until it's over, because this is what you call content creators. Y'all know this. This is what you call evergreen content. You don't need mess to follow along this content. This is for 5 or 6 years down the road. This content can still withstand the test of time. Listening to the clouds, not feeling well. Ooh, yeah, I'm getting over something, Miss Queenie, but it's so good to see you. Thank you for being here. All right, we are here. Let's go, Precious. Thank you. All right, yeah, we moving. All right, here we go. Liz, I see you. Repent includes change. Yes. Yep. Asia. Okay. Here we go. So what I want to do is I want to just make sure that we stay in the context of apologies. I'm sorry, my bad, won't happen again. Ooh, binary. Oh, damn, Terry, let me know. Oh, binary, my bad, bro. No. You see, I watch a lot of those First Amendment auditor videos because I see myself in the far future when I'm old out there trying my hardest to stand up for my rights and get my arse kicked. Like, I see that already, right? And what I learned is that police officers, for whatever reason, majority of them, when they're investigating, they don't investigate first before they come to conclusions. And all of a sudden, there's lawsuits against that particular precinct. And they always lose, and the city ends up paying. You see, that's what the man behind the mask does. And that's why the man behind the mask has so many things happening in his real life, because he doesn't really investigate the situation first before losing his mind. You see, in the context of an apology, we know that the words "I'm sorry" should repair the harm between people in the form of action. The "I'm sorry" in a manipulative context, what does it do? It influences emotions The man behind the mask tries to use it to calm you down or to get something in return. So it genuinely and truly lacks accountability and avoids the commitment to actually change. It's covert aggression. Where is the behavior really hidden? It's subtle. It's calculated. Why? In order to gain some type of control. The manipulation through tears. I'm sorry, I'm just raggedy. I be drinking. I got substance abuse issues. I have this, I got that. All that is mixed in with the apology. All that is the excuses for not changing behavior. And if you're not careful, you fall into that and you forgive somebody that is not really apologizing. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Well, I'm here with it, Queen Cannabis, and I got the mask. And I got the mask. Yeah, I can't be too loud. Oh, you are? Mm-hmm. Yep. Hey, that's what we do. Oh, welcome, Trish. I appreciate that. And you already know how I view you and your content, and how I love how you really give it up over on your platform where you have control. Where you have control. You are an excellent content creator, and you know that I believe that with all my heart. Shout out to Gubs Girl. Thank you for being here. To control the person, Lolo. And what's crazy is, as I'm speaking about this, you have primary information. You've experienced this. I've experienced this, but you've experienced it on a whole different level. On a whole different level. Hey, Miss BB. Hey, Scorpio Thoughts. Thank y'all for being here. All right. The mess and the control. There it is right there. There it is right there. Yep. A lot of apologies. Hold on. I got to read this. A lot of apologies not meant is known as apologize. That's clever, Lou. And that's true. And you're welcome, Trish. You're welcome. I meant that. All right. So that's really what it's meant for. The I'm sorry in a manipulative context is meant to influence your emotions, calm you down, or get you or get you under control. Or get you under control. It's calculated to gain control. And it can leave you confused. It can leave you stuck. It can even leave you questioning your own memory. Like, I'm back on this guy's panel. I'm back in his channel. I'm back over here. How did I even get here? I forgot that he talks so much trash, unwarranted trash. Now, when you're going back and forth and you're in a quote unquote beef and stuff like that, that's different. But when it's unwarranted and unprovoked, So before we move into the different phases of manipulation when it comes to apologies, let's go ahead and not a deep dive. I just want to touch on 4 things about what a real apology should look like. So, admitting harmful behavior. The man behind the mask does do that. Expressing remorse. The man behind the mask does do that. Now listen to these 2. Making a genuine promise to change. There's always a promise to change, but I've never seen a genuine promise to change. I've always heard, I gotta do better. I need to do better. I'm gonna do better. You see, making a genuine promise to change isn't necessarily done with words, it's action. Words are nice every once in a while, but not to get too biblical, but it's word and deed. And then the 4th thing is offering to repair the harm. And showing up on somebody's platform after you wrong them and saying, I'm sorry, and doing this and doing that and trying to promote them in some types of way is not repairing the harm. It does not erase the the pain and suffering that you put them through. Now, I do have a full show, but before we get into the nuts and bolts pause of the show, there are some things that I want to go over. There are 7 things that I would like to cover. Oh, an influx of abuse. Damn, man. Hey, I'm trying, Asia. I'm trying, and it's not really therapy. It's just, I'm trying to get this evergreen content because, ever since my channel got threatened by the AI, I know I got to start doing some different shit. I can't keep doing the same old shit over and over and over, or, they might get me. What up, Brown Sugar? Okay, on your way to work, listening. I hope that you enjoyed this type of content. You know what I mean? Uh-oh, let me get comfy on this couch. Shit. All right, Asia. What up, Candy Cane? Okay, let's see. Okay, and Lolo saying she is doing better. All right. Not to use against Lemon. Oh yeah, okay. Series. It's an intervention type series. What's up, Miss Margot? All right. I'm trying to be a real content creator and stay in the chat. I'm not rushing this. Yes, the best apology is changed behavior. And people are not idiots. They know when you really have changed. Don't forget, I came on YouTube being dumb as hell, and people can genuinely see that I was remorseful. But the real thing that they seen is I actually changed. I really, really did. I really did. And so, that speaks volumes. It's the actual change. Okay, so let's jump into it, or let's jump back into it. Let me make sure. Oh, is Yaya here? I didn't see Yaya. Hey, Yaya. Hey, Yaya. Not let me go. All right. All right. You guys just saying hi. Please research it. Yeah, I will. I will. And I am, just so you know, people leave suggestions and I write them down and I really do research it because I'm back in my bag of actually studying and researching and it feels good to the mind. You know what I mean? So I'm back in my bag. But the first thing that I want to cover as far as seeing the signs of manipulation through apology, the first thing that I want to cover is, let me see, where is it? Oh, right here. Is this guilty conscience. I feel bad, so I need to say something. I'm sorry. I feel bad. I'm sorry. I got to say this. But in reality, it's just about them. Like, I can't help but to think of Lolo whenever I studied and I read about the guilty conscience and the man behind the mask, his apology to her really wasn't about her. He felt guilty because she was genuine to him. And so the apology was really about him and his conscience. Trying to relieve personal guilt rather than acknowledging Lolo's pain and all the others. The I'm sorry, it still left people alone to cope through the emotional consequences. You can tell when he's apologizing to somebody and they see right through the mask and they see the person behind the mask. You can tell. They can tell that he's not being sincere. They can tell that it feels like this guy's just going down a list, checking a box. Well, I said I'm sorry. And there's no real door opening up for healing. He didn't really want to heal that friendship to a certain extent that he had with Lolo. He just wanted to check a box. Now, did he feel bad? Yes, he did. So there was a little bit of well-meaning in that. But what I see that he did was he prioritized his emotion over Lolo's and everybody else's. So what he did by using that guilty conscience is what he did was try to transform He tried to transform the energy and make it seem as if us or Lolo or other people were obligated to comfort him instead. I'm going through this. I'm going through that. I don't really have friends like this. I got issues. I got problems. I got this. I got that. But we see the manipulation through the guilty conscience. I mean, that shit right there is easy to see. Hey, Fact, see you. Hey, I see you. Thank y'all so much for being here. Cosmo is here. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Y'all know this is not the typical type of live stream that you're used to, but hey, we're here. We're here. Y'all being messy already in the chat. Consciousness of guilt. All sociopath is somebody that's void of conscience. Yeah. Yep. Behavioral health content to the core. Whew, they're not ready for this kind of teaching. Well, thank you. Well, at least Code Fam is. The Code Breakers are. The Green Team is. There go Georgia right there. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yep. So let's jump into the second thing. You already know there's levels. You already know, Trish, there's levels. So the second thing that we can look at outside of a guilty conscience or on top of a guilty conscience is argument ender. I'm sorry could be used to shut somebody up. I'm sorry could be used to shut somebody up. I'm done with this. I'm done talking about this. I want this to be over. I'm done. I'm sorry. That reminds me of when somebody told the man behind the mask to leave her alone and he just wouldn't. And he doubled down and tripled down and quadrupled down. You are not my Freddy Krueger. You're not my Freddy Krueger. Only to be upset with the person that I guess he was trying to defend at that time, because that person he was trying to defend at that time, that person got over it. And that person was cool with the "you're not my Freddy Krueger" person. And so after the man behind the mask was so sick of some of the things that he started, in order to end it, well, he thought it was going to end. It was I said, I'm sorry, didn't I? I'm sorry. It's over. It's over. You see, what happens with the argument ender type of apology, that shit, and we've seen it with our own eyes, that shit ends with fatigue. I can't do this shit no more. Can't take this shit no more. It's becoming too much. There's no real genuine understanding about the situation. At this time, I guarantee you the man behind the mask doesn't even know why he's apologizing. But the goal of that apology was to escape the discomfort of all of the conversations that surrounded it, that surrounded the cause of the apology. So there was really no real resolve to it. It was an escape. It was an escape. So that's the argument ender apology. But what we're saying today is I'm sorry is just not enough. And Dory says we're becoming desensitized. I'm trying to keep feelings in our veins. I'm trying to keep it in our veins. I don't want to become desensitized to this. What's up, Streets? Streets in Scotland is here. Uh-oh. Not you better start coming home at night. Oh, Asia, you better get it together now. Maybe we can suggest an apology for dummies. Thank you. All right, so there's that. Guilt will eat a person up. Quite frankly, the enjoyment that Coyote Joe or Dirty Coyote or Grandpa Joe is getting out of this is making me sick. That is what Fact is saying. Yeah, but we already know once it dies down, he will be back, and Lemon will forgive him. Lemon will forgive him. He will be back. What's up, Toya? Toya is here. Thank you so much for being here. The people are here. We leveled up to major doxing, self hate, manipulation, and scamming. Damn, not a level up. None of these people care anything about each other because if they did, Mad Days wouldn't be so brutal. Plenty of people used Lemon. They know who he is. Everybody uses everybody on here, and we're just pointing out the way the man behind the mask uses people. It's easy to tell, and we're pointing it out. Constant acts of manipulation and abuse are traits of a sociopath. Damn. Don't worry. I got to get to it now. I got to get to it. There's a lot. Y'all know I'm slow burning this thing, and I'm trying to be a content creator. Not to use your coupons. Yeah, you better use them before you lose them, Gert. You don't need a degree. All you need to do is know the definition and have watched them for a little while. Those are big facts. And that's all I did. I don't need a degree for that, you know. Toya's done gifted some memberships. Hey, if you guys received a membership, please say thank you to Toya. Thank you, Toya. I appreciate you, lady. I appreciate you. What up, Blue? Imagine Lemon trying to sleep right now. I know that man has racing thoughts. Damn it. Damn. Damn. All right. Let me see. Am I way behind? Hopefully, I'm not way behind because I'm trying. I'm trying my hardest. All right. No, I'm here. What's up, Ghetto? What up? What up? What up? What up, Giggle Bunny? All right. So I'm here. All right. Good. So let's go to the third out of 7 that I have on here. This one I think you guys can appreciate. It is leading the mother effing witness. Signs that people are using fake apologies in order to be manipulative. 1, you could tell by a guilty conscience. 2, it's the argument ender. And 3, leading the witness. We have seen the man behind the mask apologize and then wait for the return. Now, he says he's not waiting for the return. But I remember when he apologized to Lolo, he was definitely waiting for some type of, I forgive you, I apologize, we've been going through it, you know how it is, I understand that this, I understand that, we can let bygones be bygones, leading the witness. His apology to Lolo sounds so generous and genuine. But now that Lolo's third eye has awakened, she knows that an acceptance of that leading the witness type of apology always comes with strings mother effing attached. So now the level in which he apologized is the level in which she has to forgive. But because Lolo was able to stand 10 toes down, we see somebody that's realizing he actually lost a good friend and he's trying to gain that back. And I'm hoping that it's through changed actions. He did hit Lolo's panel yesterday and tried to demand a few things. And when Lolo said no, he wasn't very argumentative. But where we seen the chink in the armor was when he tried to actually get Lolo to do things on his behalf. Sorry, you couldn't lead her by your genuine, generous, heartfelt apology. Lolo still remembers how you were trying to clown on her when y'all met in Vegas. And she knows that she doesn't owe you a counter apology just because you gave her one. So shout out to Lolo. Shout out to Lolo. Benjamin Crump tactics. Damn, not bringing up Benjamin Crump. Narcissism. He believed he was owed an apology. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I knew I was speaking your language with that one. I knew I was speaking your language. Ghetto, I'm in the chat. Have your way with me. Teach me a lesson like you said you would yesterday. Oh, Lord Jesus. They finna start banging in the chat. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. You already know. You got to throw that in there every once in a while. At Candy Cane, that's my only issue. They should know better. None of them are victims. They were okay while he did it to others. Nobody's a victim, not even the man behind the mask right now with everything that he's going through. Oh, snap, Georgia. Hey, don't don't deny what if the Lord is prompting, if the Lord is guiding and leading you in the direction. Not, oh Lord Jesus. This is not a eulogy. This is not a eulogy. All right, here we go. What up, Stereo? I think Jessica wants to smoke. I think Jessica would like to smoke. Okay. So let's go into it. I think we are in number 4. So we got guilty conscience, we got argument ender, we got leading the witness, and now it's all about testing the boundaries. Goosey was on my platform yesterday, and he said the thing that intrigued him about the VS and Lemon situation is that Lemon wanted to check temperatures. He wanted to check temperatures. You see, what Lemon is doing here with testing boundaries, there's always a test of boundaries with him. VS, how far do you want to take this? Are we really going at it? And when she didn't respond, actually, believe it or not, she did respond. It was in the form of a live stream. And with that response, he should have known that he crossed the line. But in the context of unpacking what a apology designed for manipulation looks like with testing the boundaries, it is the consistent forgiveness that allows the boundaries to be pushed further and further and further and further along. I'm sorry. Wait for forgiveness. Wait for forgiveness. All right. Okay, man. You said sorry. Okay, cool. So now that boundary has been tested, and now that the boundary has been moved, the man behind the mask will always find the fence that he wants to climb. So now that the boundary has been moved, the man behind the mask will go up to that boundary that has been moved through forgiveness and try to climb it again. So it's a repetitive behavior, because the man behind the mask, what he sees is your forgiveness, my forgiveness, anybody in whom he's wrong's forgiveness as a green light to keep up the effery. Wow, I was able to disrespect this person that much, and they still found it in their hearts to forgive me. I'm dealing with some generous ass people when it comes to forgiveness. So I'm going to keep pushing the boundaries, because last time I pushed this boundary, I got thousands upon thousands of views. And so this is how I'm setting up my quote unquote friendships to an extent. And so when there's forgiveness and no change behavior, when there's forgiveness to an apology with no change behavior, what that means is a boundary has been pushed, and now that boundary that has been pushed will be tested again until you put your mother effing foot down. That's just how it goes. What's up, Cole? Good to see you. Thank you guys for being here. He sobered up quick. I was shocked. Yeah. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Georgia done came through. Georgia done came through. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Welcome to the fam. Welcome to the fam. Shish Trish, welcome to the fam. The people are here. Toya, thank you for allowing people to test out the fam. What's up, soul sister? If anybody came in and I missed, it's because I'm going through my notes. What's up, Angie? There are no victims, only volunteers, and there are us that make commentary about it. There are us that make commentary about it. Familiarity tactics on Lolo to get his way. He used their relationship to control the outcome from Lolo, and those are facts. That's truth. That's truth. Those tiny inflections, very interesting, like an abusive hubby. Lord Jesus. Oh my gosh. Why does a thumbnail mask have 2 eye holes? I told him he should have turned it upside down, but he didn't want to listen. Oh my goodness. Lolo, when he asked you to drop people off your panel, it was manipulation by familiarity. Yes, that's true. T. Danielle said he looks at forgiveness as a person to do it again because they let him get away with it before. That's true. Those are facts. See, this is why I love doing live streams like this, because you really get to see the mind behind a lot of the code breakers and just the people that are here, and it's beautiful. Not male identified, and you know how much I appreciate you. 10 solid months. That means you were here from the beginning of this channel anyways. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I'm no victim. Kanye shrug. Right. You meant permission, right? Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm just reading how I'm reading it how I see it, T. Danielle. Next, now this one, I'm pretty sure a lot of folk are going to chime in on, but what about control and gaslighting? Are you still upset? Listen, I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm sorry. Like, didn't we get over this already? Did we talk about this 3 days ago? We still talking about this? Controlling gaslighting, using that as a form of apology is so manipulative because it is so dangerously confusing. It's confusing as hell. Because it seems like it could be real. Like, I know we addressed this. Didn't we resolve the issue? Why are you still feeling the way that you do? Because the shit was not genuine. But the person just can't put his or her finger on it, but they know something is off. But you see, with the control and gaslighting tactic, what that is it's a design to make you question your own perception and your own feelings and your own thoughts about what the hell is going on. Where does the gaslighting come into play? It wasn't really that bad. We had a moment. It wasn't that bad. No, I don't remember it like that. It's a shield. Don't hold a grudge against me. It wasn't that bad. We got over this. It's a shield, and it tries to stop you from expressing your true feelings because guess what? Over time, there's clarity. Like in the moment, you get heated, exchange words. The man behind the mask got totally disrespectful. You felt a certain type of way. No time to really sit in what just happened. Apology is issued. Over time, you start to realize this shit is not okay. And then you get, didn't we talk about this already? Wasn't that a few days ago? Didn't I apologize? You got to stop being upset right now. Right? I mean, that shit right there is easy to see, isn't it? Isn't that easy to see? Mm-mm-mm. It's your sanctuary, huh? Okay. What's up, Shauna? I see you. Andrew Caldwell is working on getting blocked again. He keep her. Oh Lord, who is Andrew Caldwell? Lord Jesus, who is that? Empath myself. Oh, you're an empath? I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm a Virgo as well, friend. Mm-hmm. You already know. Just making sure I'm not missing anybody or any comments. You know, I'm trying to be a content creator up in here. Okay, I think I'm doing pretty good. I think I'm doing pretty good. We have 2 more points to make, and then I'm going to get into the meat and potatoes. Y'all are probably like, damn, I thought this was already the meat and potatoes. No, this is not the meat and potatoes. That's why I said, if something starts popping off, just please come back over here and hit that replay, because there's a lot of value in the replay. So, I'm not trying to hold nobody's feet. If some stuff really pops off, please get over there so that we can get all the information. But I gotta finish this episode. All right. Oh, happy life is Andrew. Lord Jesus. Look, I'm barely getting over a cold, you guys. Y'all go, oh my God. Oh my God. Whew. Okay. What's up, Noble? What's going on, Noble? Thank you for the conversation we had on the community wall, Noble. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. look, I don't care about dressing. That's why. If I wanted to care and put money in thought and stuff into dressing, I know I could. I just don't care enough about it. I'm a dad. Come on, I'm a grandpa. I've been married for 25 years. You know what I mean? It's like, Now, if I go out on a date with my wifey, that's different. But all right, let's jump back into it. We got 2 more before we jump into the meat and potatoes of the actual episode. This one I thought was interesting when I was reading up on it. The last resort. The last resort. This is something we see ad nauseum when dealing with the man behind the mask. The man behind the mask never really feels bad for what he has done. He only feels bad because the people that he offended are leaving. I did a series called Get Out a little while ago, and I talked about how there is heavy separation anxiety with the man behind the mask, and he gets really, really antsy when somebody needs to leave his platform. Now, he's gotten a little bit better. Now, that's just somebody that wants to get down from the panel. Now, imagine the man behind the mask running his mouth to the point where somebody is genuinely and for real done with him. So this last ditch effort, this last resort apology is not because the man behind the mask is genuinely sorry. It's because there is fear that this person will leave and not come back. That's why somebody can trash the man behind the mask. That man will ban them from the platform only to bring them back, because there is a deep-rooted level of separation anxiety, which ties in well to the Arrested Development episode 1 that's on my backup channel. So if you wanted to get the first episode of, hold on, let me get some water. So if you missed the first episode of The Man Behind the Mask, it's on my backup channel. You can watch it there. It's good. It's good content. It's evergreen. You don't need to be a part of a narrative or a part of a storyline to gain information. So the last resort type of apology, what happens with that is it comes into play when the person or the man behind the mask is losing control. It's desperate. It's very dramatic. It's used to keep the connection from really ending. It's crying, it's sobbing. Because of that fear of abandonment, the man behind the mask will say anything. But one thing we cannot forget is this last resort ditch effort. Please listen and listen carefully. It is very calculated. And Dory brought this up because it's true. These are used as tactics within abusive relationships. The last resort, a ditch effort, the apology to stop them because they're scared to get cut off. My goodness. Man, we have seen that. We have seen that time and time again. What up, Sage? We are in a good age of change. Either change with it or get left behind. Separation between wheat and tares. Okay, understood that. You are faker than an $8 bill, Dreamy. Oh, come on, come on. Shout out to Dreamy. Damn, going in on Dreamy. Hey, Dreamy. Good to see you. Succinct and concise. Thank you, Fact. All right. Mumming. Okay. I'm just reading. I'm just reading. You a gangster nerd. Okay. Binary drop his link, or is it all chat? It's all chat participation. I will drop my link if I go live right after this, so y'all could come up and either talk about this if you want, or we could talk about what's really going on. But if somebody else is live, I may just pop up over there. But I got to get this out with no. I know, right, Dreamy? But I'm starting to love me some Trish. I'm just saying. And I'm not just saying that. I'm just saying, for real, I'm starting to love me some Trish. I don't know what it is. C-Mac, I did say hi, right? I better have. All right, so the final thing that we are going to talk about before we move into the meat and potatoes, okay? Before we move into the meat and potatoes of this episode, the final thing that we need to spot, observe, catch when somebody is trying to apologize, because we know I'm sorry is not enough. This is what we need to catch. There's something called, and you should look it up, the performative apology. Dear God. The performative apology, when you go through all these theatrics to apologize with the one goal in mind, and that is to make yourself look good. Oh my goodness. To make yourself look good. The performative apology is the number one strategy that the man behind the mask uses, because the man behind the mask has an audience. Now, the last resort apology does go hand in hand, because he doesn't want to lose the person that he's offended, but he also doesn't want to lose the audience. So there has to be a performance element, which is how you keep 200, 300, 400, 500 people in your chat. So he may lose the one. He may lose the closeness of a Lolo. But through the drama and the theatrics, he's able to keep an audience. He's able to stand tall on the proverbial high ground that doesn't really exist on Jordan Dash Island. Very polished and emotional. and he starts to tug on heartstrings. But once that live is over, in the aftermath of the drama starts hitting channel to channel to channel to channel, there is a world tour that goes on, and there's not a lot of forgiveness, and there's not a lot of not a lot of apologizing, and there's not a lot of the performative shit going on anymore. They woo banging now. You see, a sincere apology, what it really does is it changes behavior, not only in front of the audience, but as well as behind closed doors. You see, what Lemon thought he was going to be able to do with Lolo was actually apologize to her behind closed doors, ungenuine, in front of an audience, ungenuine, and think that the boundary would be moved and that he could hop that fence once again. But yesterday showed us that to Lolo, Lemon is just another content creator, just another person in this space that she can glean and gain and make content on as well. And she's not even a friend to an extent. They're just associates. And she proved that yesterday by not listening to him. Low key, Lolo wants to come back. She's almost there. Damn it. Well, I mean, it is what it is. Most people don't realize the performance apology is self-serving and a tactic of an abusive person. Therapists will tell you this is true. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. Get off my property. She said, no, not at all, Dreamy. She said, no, not at all. Listen, her being back over there, maybe hitting a panel and doing this and doing that in pursuit of content, being cordial or whatever, that's different. We can't blame her for that. I mean, hell, every once in a while, I'll pop up in his chat and say this and say that, especially if Bobby's over there. Every once in a while, that's different. I just can't imagine her being on his platform for hours upon hours upon hours and handling business like she used to. I can imagine that. Jordache Jeans by Jordan Dash. Lord help me. I love that though. Don't have me laughing. I can't. It's my chest. Dreamy, damn it. I'm sorry, y'all. Still getting over this. Ugh. Forgive me if I sound disgusting. Hopefully the content, well, y'all can overlook my voice and shit. Dreamy, you know how you ask everyone, why do they deal with Lemon? I'm going to ask you the same about how you deal with BBW, especially knowing she puts jackets on black men. Oh, damn. The chat is chatting. Jordan is designed for success. Wouldn't you say, Binary? Real question. Depends on what type of success, because if he gets evicted, can you really say YouTube clout was worth it? You see, once YouTube starts affecting in a negative way your real life, I just don't know how worth it could be. I just don't know how worth it could be. Ghetto, that's insane. All right, so now you guys may not believe me. You may have thought that first hour was the heart and meat and steak and potatoes of the series, but it's not. We're about to jump into that right now. We're going to go over these points and then I will be done. Wait, we're going to go over these points and then there are two things that I want to talk about and then I'll be done. So we're going to go over these points right here that you see. And we're going to briefly run over borderline personality disorder as somebody in the chat wanted me to do. And then we are also going to talk about histrionic personality disorder as well, just real brief. And I'm still looking into son husbands. That's a lot deeper than you guys think. Somebody in the chat wanted to talk about son husbands and what that really looks like. So Yeah, but that's a lot deeper, and it's not as easy as just doing some quick research here and there like the other ones, believe it or not. And so that is our show. All right, so we talked about what a fake ass apology looks like. Now, underneath that, the foundation rests what is perceived to be a friendship. You see, these apologies are designed to keep a connection in a friendship on YouTube. But what these fake ass apologies lead to, the I'm sorry's, this is the reason why it's just not enough, is because there's emotional drainage and burnout that happens. Emotional damage, emotional drainage. Imagine being a friend that always issues fake ass apologies, and you are there as almost a punching bag. That is a constant need. That makes you have a constant need to cater to that person's ego. And listen to this. Not only do you cater to that person's ego, you have to manage their unpredictable moods. So the gift that Lemon actually gave Lolo was saying a friend to a certain extent. A friend to a certain extent. We got a show within a show. So Dreamy responds back to Georgia and says, the reason why I kept support of BBW is because Lemmy kept supporting her after she said that. So how can I be more mad than him? Oh, hell. Oh, hell. True T right here. Wait, Dreamy, you mess with BBW? I request anybody that messes with BBW, but oh, Lord Jesus, fact. Lord, let me not get into everybody's mess. I don't want to get into everybody's mess. If he stops self-sabotaging, those are true. All right, but let's get into this mess though. Let's stay into Georgia and Dreamy's mess. Okay, Dreamy, that's a logical answer, but what about your moral code as a woman, as a possible mother? Oh hell, it's getting thick in the chat. This is why some people don't drop down in the Code Breakers chat. Ah shit. Oh man, if you mess with Gargoyle, block. Oh Lord Jesus, so damn fact. Georgia, this is not reality. Obviously, there's no moral compass in the B sector. I don't know any of these people. Cha. Histrionic personality disorder. Kanye shrug. We're going to talk about that. Yep, we're going to talk about that. Real quick. Dreamy, there is morals in this sector. I personally don't cherry pick, saying that is an excuse. Oh, Lord Jesus. It's getting nasty. All right. Okay, here we go. Georgia, how can there be morals when y'all love and support a self-hating that verbally abuses women? Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh my God. Oh, it's getting bad. I can't. Okay. Okay. I'm done following that back and forth in the chat. I don't even want to highlight that shit. Yeah. Okay. So, back to what I was talking about. Yeah. Emotional damage and burnout, emotional drainage and burnout. Yeah. Being somebody's quote unquote friend that is a narcissist that uses apologies as a tool as a tool of control, what that does is it reduces self-esteem. So you being underneath that type of manipulation, you subject yourself to constant criticism, devaluing, and ding 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 ding, personal attacks. Personal attacks. We talked about this with the bullet points when I said control and gaslighting. It's the same thing. You see, being a friend of somebody that uses apologies as a form of manipulation, and they twist reality to make you doubt your own perceptions. I'm telling you, that is gaslighting and manipulation. That is gaslighting and manipulation. You guys know that narcissists, what happens is they genuinely lack any type of empathy. I'm not too sure how to speak on this, but I'm going to try to be as classy as I can, as tactful and tasteful as I can. But to me, it did not seem as if reality struck Lemon when people that he was very close to on this app passed away right before his eyes. There was always something about that had me feeling a certain type of way. Like, this is how you respond. There was always something not quite right. And so this is what I chalked it up to, and this is what I continue to chalk it up to. I think he is desensitized when it comes to death, because the more and more we learn about the man behind the mask, the more and more we know how common death is around him. Being friends with somebody that uses apologies to manipulate, being friends with a narcissist on YouTube, what you find yourself in is in a position of never garnering or gaining genuine support from that person. That relationship is always transactional. Always. I will give you a little bit while you give me a lot. Let me get in the chat to make sure nobody came in and I missed them. Kimberly Black, I see you. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. I am out of the Tucci. Good to see you. I am out of the Dreamy and Georgia beef. I'm out of that beef. I am no longer reading y'all's beef. It got nasty. Noble says, I've seen and experienced and witnessed a lot of death, and I had to get a lot of counseling and stuff for it, and I still struggle with it. I believe Lemon haven't been the same since his brother. You know, it's a psychological thing that he had should have gotten help for. Some people need grief counseling or groups. Yeah. Well, I pray they don't get evicted. Life is hard enough. Jordan, get it together, bro. That's Gub's girl. Binary, good job calling out Lemon, but when are you going to touch on his enablers? Lord Jesus. His enablers are just as bad as everybody else that are there to watch the show, I guess. You know, we're here to watch the show. He's depressed. That's what Tucci says. Read my last comment, please. It's the paragraph, Binary. Let's see here. Okay. It says, and I'll tell you another thing. I don't know why people don't consider this more. What human being that had a brother, to gun violence would say, I swear on my brother, kind of like he does. Well, shit. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, look at Considering. Considering then came through and is in the chat talking about 10 months. And good morning. Thank you, Considering. Thank you, Mona, for being here. I appreciate you guys. For real, for real. AJ Dunn. Jay Dunn says, shoot, try surviving Hurricane Katrina to experience a lot of death. Lemon ain't seen nothing, so that's really no excuse. Understood? Understood, too big for skinny jeans. I hear what y'all saying. I see y'all. Yep. Cosmo Star, did I say what's up? Hopefully I did. I think I did. Trish says, I like Lemon. I want him to win. I just want him to change for the better. Two more things, and then we're going to get into two more things, right? So two more things on the list, then we're going to get into two more things, and then I will be done. And then I will end this live and possibly start another live if y'all still want to talk about all things going on in the beef sector. We can do that. But if somebody else is going to go live, we can go over there. But, I got a little time today. It's spring break. I got a little time. I do got to go clean up some areas at my old crib. I got to make sure that's taken care of, but that's a little bit later. That's a little bit later. So there's that. A so bomb. So let's jump into the final two things of this, and then we're going to jump into the last real two things. We talked about testing boundaries, and that's one of the things that happens with the man behind the mask. What he wants to do is see how far you're willing to forgive him. And so your forgiveness, whenever the man behind the mask tests your boundaries and you forgive him, you got to remember your forgiveness holds no weight. What your forgiveness does is opens up or it gives a green light for more shit to happen. So your forgiveness, let's just put it in proper perspective. Your forgiveness is being disregarded the moment you say it. All right, we can move on. We could do this. We could do that. Oh, thank you. Boom, it's gone that quick. Because in the mind of a narcissist, in the mind of a person that will use apologies as tools to gain control, they felt relieved in their power to get you to forgive. They are not relieved that you forgave. It was the power. So you're feeding the beast. Let's just look what Lolo did. She set boundaries. She confronted the issue. She stopped providing the narcissist a supply. He could no longer discard or do away with her feelings. And even to this day, he's confronted with them. So what Lolo did is what a lot of people have to do in order to see change that Trish is wanting to see. And even Trish taking her steps back the way that she did may be more helpful than the enablers. However, do we really want to see this man helped, or are we content with his role in the beef sector? That's a question you don't need to answer out loud, but that's something you need to ponder. Because at the end of the day, we are in a messy space, and he provides a lot of content and entertainment. And that's how strange of a dichotomy, juxtaposition that we are in, because we want to see him do better, but do we really? Because him doing better, it dampers or it lessens what we really got going on, if you really think about it. Last thing, and then we're going to move into borderline personality disorder, is mental health impact. I started with this and I want to end with this. If somebody on YouTube is causing you legit mental health issues, get away from that person, or even fall back off of YouTube for a little bit. The more you surround yourself with somebody that is trained somehow, has trained his or her mind to use apologies as a form of manipulation in order to gain control, the moment you do that, your risk of depression and anxiety goes through the roof. It can get so bad, and I don't think this happened to Lolo. I'm pretty sure it didn't. I hope not. But it can get so bad that the trauma and the aftermath that you've experienced from being in a friendship to a certain extent with a person behind the ski mask might cause so much emotional distress that it enters into future relationships. Please don't allow that to happen. All right, so now it is time for me to pivot. So y'all get to see how official I am. Here I am. This is what I was looking like talking the whole time. Poindexter up in this piece. So real quickly, borderline personality disorder. They put BPD in my chat yesterday, and I forgot. I was only stuck on bipolar. I don't know why. As I was talking about bipolar, somebody said, yeah, that's very similar to BPD. I was like, what the hell is that? And then when they said it, I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah. Some of the symptoms, right? Fear of abandonment. Do y'all believe that the man behind the ski mask, a lot of the things that he does is predicated upon grown men not staying in his life? His mama telling him to get out. His mama telling him, look, the baby got to go home if you're going to keep acting like this. Don't call my sister. Don't do this. Now he's got to talk about, his finances to his leasing office. That's all unstable relationships. You got to remember, these are the core symptoms to borderline personality disorder. The unstable moods, the unstable relationships, the way he sees himself, all the behaviors that we are experiencing. I mean, if you look at his thumbnails, you can tell that BPD could be a thing. I'm not diagnosing, I'm just saying maybe. What about his self-image? That's what I'm saying. Look at his thumbnails. Very unstable, forever changing self-image. His looks is pretty much what it is. It's crazy because the meat and potato of self-image and the unstableness of it are things that he's not even pursuing. Like the changing of values. He doesn't even pursue that. Career goals and shit like that. He don't even pursue those things. His shaky identity comes from how he looks. I have a beautiful smile. There's nothing wrong with my eye. Have you noticed he's trying to show his left eye more in his thumbnails now? Just an observation. Just an observation. Something else that we need to, excuse me, something else we need to consider is, oh, damn. Oh, yeah, there we go. Something else we need to consider is the impulsivity that goes on, the recklessness. Let's jump into a little bit of the recklessness. I want all the smoke. Why are you doing this? Don't call my sister. Don't do this. Stop calling my mom. But I want all the smoke. The recklessness. You don't have a license. I'm going to drive. You just got into a car accident. I'm going to leave. Impulsivity. That's a lot of substance abuse. We're going to talk about that at the last episode. What about excessive spending? because you always think the money's going to be there. And he found out the hard way that the money's not there. I remember hearing a live stream after about what, 3 hours. There was a complaint by the man behind the ski mask about not receiving any money. This is something we need to really take into consideration because because it appears to me that he seems to be numb to death. There could be idle tendencies. So we got to be careful with that because you don't want to be the person that triggers that. You don't want to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. And I know it's not your doing, but you just don't want to be that person because you're going to feel some sort of guilt. You know, borderline personality disorder, there's a lot of mood swings, emotional instability that happens with that. It gets really intense. There's fleeting episode of anxiety, depression, irritability that can last for hours or even days. What about when there's something popping going on in the sector that does not even involve the man behind the mask? Because there's a chronic emptiness and it doesn't involve him, he can't even really jump on and make genuine, legit content. He tries, but somehow, some way, all roads need to point back to Jordan Dash Island, or he can't do it. What about the intense anger that is associated with borderline personality disorder? Intense anger. One moment you're cool, you can't control that shit, the temper just flares up. Very, very inappropriate. Always at the wrong times. What about dissociation or paranoia? Transit type stress that's related to like paranoid thoughts or, feeling disconnected from reality or self disassociation. When I was doing a little bit of research, I didn't really get to dive into it. There aren't really any hardcore articles that I read about it just yet, but I am fascinated. But this is what the Mayo Clinic said about borderline personality disorder. Symptoms typically manifest by early adulthood and are often triggered by conflicts in interpersonal relationships. Symptoms of borderline personality disorder typically manifest by early adulthood and are often triggered by conflicts in interpersonal relationships. Let's go to histrionic personality disorder, and then we're going to get up out of here. This is another thing that's kind of similar to borderline personality disorder, as there's a lot of emotion, unstable emotion that's built into this. It says individuals often behave dramatically, inappropriately, or seductively to remain the center of attention. So this has a lot to do with being the center of attention. This has a lot to do with wearing that mask and being in a play. I'm in theater. I do theater. And forgive me, I'm not in the chat, you guys. I'm getting through these notes. I'm not in the chat. You know what? Let me be a real content creator and get my arse in the chat. Let me do that. I know I am way, way behind. So let me try to see, because I want to be real. The accents, I think that's HPD more than BPD. I think that's the accents, trying to be the center of attention. Inner peace. I love that name. Good to see you. It's important to refrain from diagnosing a person when alcohol is in the picture. That's facts. And just for the record, I am not diagnosing nobody. Just for the record. As much as he tells people to, yet he's, damn, J Dunn. Ms. Kusi. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't feel no guilt. Damn. No foundation. I never hear anything on religion. God. Well, hey, I appreciate that. I am a geek though, Dory. Dreamy in Georgia. Oh Lord, I can't do it. I can't get into that. My messy twin says, I understand when one gets on a panel and starts screaming and yelling for no reason. It's depressing. Oh, damn. Some people love touching fire even when they know they finna get burnt. Self-inflicted pain. Unfortunately, I fell down that. I walked down that road. It was bad. What's up, storylines? Bunch of case studies masquerading as CCs. Oh, shit. Absolutely, a woman cannot raise a man. Only a man can raise a man. Binary, you know that talk. You know what that talk's about. Damn, not unsubscribing, cancel your memberships. What's up, Big Brenda? Grown adults not knowing when to walk away. They didn't because it benefited them in some way, so they kept going back. Oh, from me? Oh, damn, not unsubscribe from me. Is that really what's happening? Oh man, I hope that's from me. Oh wow. Oh man, get her the hell up out of here. I'm surprised she lasted that long. Wow, ain't that some shit? Damn, the hate is real. The hate is real. I don't understand that. Wow. Damn. Oh no, That's crazy. All right. I think I got rid of him. Damn. That's crazy. I think I got rid of him. Shit. I know, man. They being disrespectful this morning. Ain't that some shit? Damn. That's just pure hatred right there. That's pure hatred. But anyways, let's see. I think I got everybody. Then that kind of threw me off. All right. Yeah, you did. You was on it. You're on it. I think you and I are in sync this morning. Soul sisters, what's going on? I think we're in sync. You're sure people can relate. You already know. Oh, you've been evaluated and you are insane? You converted her to a lemonette. Where my lemonettes at? Are they up in the chat? Where my lemonettes at? QI mic drop. You trying to tell me I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You trying to tell me about that person being cray cray? Dear Lord, help me. Help me. All right, so let's jump back into it. So histrionic, however you want to put it, personality disorder. It is the foundation of that is pretty much attention seeking. So a lot of us could suffer from this shit, right? But this is where it gets tricky because histrionic personality disorder, it's attention seeking, but it's extreme. You get extremely uncomfortable when you're not the center of attention. You see, that's the opposite for me, and probably for a lot of content creators. I get extremely uncomfortable when I am the center of attention. Because in this sector, when you are the center of attention, you better be ready. You better be ready to play the mother effing game. And you better have your shit together, and you better play by the rules that you set, not the rules that everybody is trying to set for you. Because at the end of the day, this shit gets wicked. Exaggerated emotional expressions that may seem shallow or rapidly shifting. That's part of the histrionic personality disorder. It's dramatic, it's theatrical, seductive, provocative, always sending D pics, always talking about how he looks behind the scenes and the women that want to cam up with him and sitting on his bed and singing Juice World. I mean, these are all traits, and I'm not diagnosing, I'm just pointing out some of the obvious that we see with our own eyes. The inappropriate sexually flirtatious behavior that could be happening. Very, very, very appearance focused. Like I said, look at his thumbnails, you guys. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and pay a visit to his channel. Let's go ahead and go on a little field trip. Okay, let's go on a little field trip. Jordan Dash field trip. All right, guys, we are going to go on a little field trip. Okay. Thrive Cannabis Market. Lord. Isn't Thrive where Chris Watts and his wife used to work? Isn't Thrive where Chris Watts and his wife used to work? Ain't that some shit? What was his wife's name again? Damn, what was her name? Oh, damn, Mrs. Watts. What was her name? I know Celeste and Bella. Shanann was her name. Shanann. Didn't they work at Thrive? Damn. All right, anyways. So this is Jordan Dash right here. And we are talking about the histrionic personality disorder. And we are talking about how people that kind of suffer from this, they're overly concerned about their physical appearance and they want to draw attention. They are appearance focused. And so as we look at this, I do have questions. Uh so as we are supporting our fellow content creators and going to, you know, the channels, not necessarily clicking on videos because YouTube has warned me about that shit. So, you know, I'm going to abide by the YouTube guidelines. But what's happening here? I would like to know what's going on in this photo. I'm going to end this live in a second. And this is a teaser. We will revisit this when I go live again, which could happen immediately after I end this live, unless somebody else is live and we're over there. But this needs to be addressed. I'm a little bit taken back because as you look at this and then you scroll up, one of these things is not like the other. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but I just wanted to give you guys a visual when the histrionic personality disorder talks about appearance focus. Now, this is where Trish comes into play because she was wondering about the accents. Impressionistic speech, Trish. Speech is dramatic. It lacks detail. And you're impersonating. Histrionic personality disorder also deals a lot with suggestibility. The person is easily influenced by others. The others. Ooh, Jordy. VS over there talking greasy about you. Ooh, Jordan, it's not only me talking about Goosey's live in your chat. Binary has said Goosey's name and said he was live in your chat as well. Ooh. Last thing, and then I'm going to end it, and then I'm going to go live again. So if you want to come back, please come back. But last thing, misinterpreting relationships. Histrionic personality disorder will have the person thinking that their relationship with somebody is more intimate than it really is. Did she cast a spell on you, Jordan Dash? Because the way it looks to me, Mia is unmagical. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me this morning. I really do appreciate it. Let me go ahead and look in this chat. If somebody's like, don't go live, Binary, because this person's live, I won't go live. I will respect the morning. What up, 9? But if nobody is really live or whatever, I am going to come live again, and I'm going to drop my link, and we are going to talk about all things, and we are going to see. We not pop in dentures. Lord help me. Lord help me. We are going to see that's not him. It can't be. I hope not. Is it not him? Is it not him? That's him. That's him. That's not him. That's him. Oh, Lord, I don't know. What's up, Honest Row? Great live this morning. Thank you for welcoming me to your platform. Psychotherapy, talk therapy is the primary treatment aiming to uncover the motivations behind behaviors and help the individual learn to relate to others in healthier ways. Okay. All right, y'all. I'll see you in just a second. I don't think anybody said that anybody else was really trying to do some stuff. So let's go ahead and end this so that this can be evergreen, and we will drop the link. Which pick is him? I saw him. So you're saying that's not him? Oh, damn, it's getting nasty. All right, y'all. Peace. Watch us turn up. Watch us turn up. Yeah. People get so confused. How is this doctor in the hood? Navigate the system, refuse to let it take my mind, body, and soul. You see what's good is misunderstood. Divine got me not sold out, but walked in the fire. Develop a real team. Try, tested, and true. Desire to really reach one, teach one, and learn from one. In a sector where they snake one, break one. Ain't no loyalty, niggas is fake. I see all them leaves. I got the rake, yeah. Let's go ahead and rake them up. Bag them up, yeah. Let's go ahead and bag them up. Rake them up. Let's body bag them up. What's the point when they don't play by the rules of engagement? They on that fake shit. Get it? They can't hang when the pressure cooker's on top temp. That's when they resort to doxing, calling jobs in, weak-minded with weak views and tight wigs. All of their time spent watching YouTube with no riz. Kids in the background screaming for attention they don't get. For some cash outs and AdSense checks already spent. For some cash apps and AdSense checks already spent. Watch us turn up. 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 out to the codification squad. Shout out to the green team. Shout out to the code breakers. Shout out to Code Fam. Watch us turn up. Watch us turn up. Watch us turn up. Watch us turn up.
Yeah.